West Ham fans, us in the West Ham Network, hope you're safe and well. We're here for another matchday morning. Let me sort myself out so you can see the stadium behind me. Matchday morning, West Ham entertain Newcastle United in the last game before the next the autumn international break. But then we've got another one, international break in November. But anyway, hope you're all safe and well. From you, Andy, give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share, give it a subscribe. Lots of stuff coming up today, all the watch alongs. We've got starting 11 shows. Yesterday we had all the previews. We had Dodge's Miami's 11, which is a really good interview. So go and check that out if you've got an hour to spare today. We had the news about Bowen as well. Bowen signing the contract, which is amazing news. And Rich's preview and all that type of stuff. So hope you're safe. Hope you're excited. It's a beautiful day. Buns in t-shirt and shorts. And it's mid-October. What's going on with that? What is going on with that? Budden and Mrs. Budden had a lovely night yesterday at the O2 seeing Peter Kay, which was very good. Which was very good indeed. Right, let's go for a few comments. See, we've got in the chat already. Byron, good morning to you. Ian, good morning to you. Shadow, like the stream. Like the fact that I'm here at quarter to nine, innit? Any news on the release clause, different numbers? I don't think we'll ever find out, Harry, until it happens. Let me just sort my thing out a bit. I don't think we'll ever find out what the release clause is until it happens. One person says it's it's sort of, I don't know, 40 to 50 million. Another person says it's 80 million. The fact that someone like Paqueta's got 85 million in his release clause, to me, that sort of seems about right, but I don't know. I do not know. And I think the only one who knows is Bowen and his agents, and it'll be leaked out somehow. You know, someone will say, oh, his agent will, or someone will, just to stir the pot up, I think. But doesn't matter. The fact is, most people now have a release clause in their contracts, and you know, the contract is only as good as the paper it's written on. But it does protect your investment, doesn't it? So rather than him leaving for free in, say, 18 months, even if it's a 3, 4, 5 year deal, that maintains that level of investment throughout. And if people want to get that player in, they'll have to pay the minimum release clause. So, you know, for it to go, obviously, you know, we might sell him for cheaper in 4 or 5 years' time, maybe, you never know. But it's good news. A little bit sort of, a little bit left field, but because everyone thought he weren't going to sign it, but he did. So there must have been an impasse somewhere, a resolution in that impasse. Morning, Cyber. Hope you're well. Anything I should say to Razor today? Say hello from Russ and the dishwasher man. Mark, good morning to you. Also going to meet Martin Tyler. Very good, Mo. Enjoy, mate. I thought just agreed deal, but not yet signed. Sorry, it's I think it's been verbally agreed. Whatever that means. I don't know what's doing something verbally. It's like saying, yeah, I'll do it. So that's agreed. So that's not very sort of final, is it? But look, it's modern football, isn't it? It's modern football. And I said, you know, go and watch the interview with me and Dodge on which I put out yesterday morning. You know, we speak about that quite a lot in terms of modern day football, and he's, you know, Dodge is a very interesting. You know, you saw Declan Rice and saying how he, you know, really respects the way he left West Ham, and you know, and it's modern football now that you can't expect that players need, you know, tend to move on. It's not, you know, some people it's about the money. Obviously, for Deck, originally it wasn't about the money because he could have signed a new deal for us and still left the club and had a release clause in his contract, couldn't he? Like everyone else has. Who else we got? Freeman, good morning to you. Beneath the headphones, it's a lovely day. There's not a wisp of air. It's quite humid. As I said, I've got the old t-shirt on today in shorts. I wish I had shorts on yesterday at the O2. It was absolutely roasting. And then obviously the train back, roasting. But he was brilliant, Peter Kay. Funniest show I've ever seen him do. Peter, under 18s on 4-1 with Obama playing and scoring. I'll come back. Wait, let me just sort that out. Where's the camera gone? There we go. There we go. Anyhow, see, this is live, and it's live, as Martin Tyler would say, who Mo's going to be. I'd rather Mbama plays and scores rather than doesn't play and sits on the bench and doesn't score and does do nothing. So, you know what I mean? That's in reality, he isn't going to get any game time at the moment. So I'd rather him play for the under 18s, under 21s, and get game time if he's not going out on loan. Good morning, Stimps. Hope you're well. Hammers versus the Magpies. It certainly is. And I think today's going to be a really interesting game for both sides. I think it's going to be an interesting game for in terms of Newcastle, in terms of, because obviously the euphoria around the 4-1 win against PSG, how they sort of, could this be seen as like the day after the Lord Mayor's show? You know, is it going to be like, oh, you know, are they going to be up for it? How do they manage their squad with the pressure of Premier League and Champions League, and for West Ham as well? You know, where are we sitting? Where's our season going? And this makes a big, today's a real marker, because obviously we want to get Freiburg. We have played 2 of the top 6. I think you could consider Newcastle in that bracket a little bit now. Replacing Chelsea in that top 6, I'd suggest. And we've beaten 2 of them, and we've lost 2 of them. But Newcastle, you know, if we beat Newcastle, they're a similar position to us. We go up. So I think we could end up like 14th, 15th, you know, by the 4th or 5th by the end of the day, which is nice to look at before we go on the international break, isn't it? So it's we always tend to leave it, and it's a bit of a damp squib before we go on the international break, and everyone's a bit downbeat. But win today, and we could all, you know, keep that higher sort of momentum going, all the way to 2 weeks for the Villa game. Dishwasher man, did you fix his? No. When I interviewed him, my dishwasher man turned up, and I had to leave him to do the interview on his own. So important to keep going. Just too many star players going or wanting out. But I don't think it's a case of going or wanting. I mean, look at Pat-Man. It's not a case of it's ambition. It's not a case of wanting to leave. For some people, it's a case of, you know, there is a ceiling with West Ham. As I said, I think our ceiling is probably 6th, realistically, and that's been very generous to us. So the likes of Bowen, same as the likes of Declan Rice, he wanted to go and play Champions League football. You know, arguably, unless you had a freak season, you're not going to get that at West Ham. It's you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, we you know, I think as I said, our league is between 6th and 12th, realistically. If you had a really good season, you're top of the league, you'll be in Europe. If you had an okay season, you'll be mid-table. And that should be where we are every season. Unless you get a massive level of investment like in Newcastle, and then you can develop into a Champions League side. At the moment, that's our league. So players like Paqueta maybe do see it like a stepping stone at West Ham. And they always have, you know, Joe Cole, you know, Rio Ferdinand, you know, Michael Carrick, even Tevez. You know, these guys saw West Ham, and then they didn't think they were going to keep their career at West Ham. They'd move on to another Premier League side, or even over to Europe. It's good morning, Darren, over here, mate, but obviously not so much over in Thailand. Max, you up early? Love to see the dedication and loyal support you have. Bring us great content. My prediction 3-1. Thank you, Max. More than happy, mate, to do that. John, let's go back down a bit. Maybe getting back into the England squad might have helped. And now I'm laggy, most sorry. A win today would be great to get into another annoying break. Some people thinking it would be easy with some of their key players out. They'll have a good squad. They'll have some of their key players out. As I said, we covered the Eddie Howe press conference as well as the Moyes press conference, which I think we're going to do more often now. So I think it gives you an idea about the team from the opposition as well. We know they've got Sven Botman's definitely out. We know obviously Harvey Barnes is definitely out. We know that Craig Gordon, Anthony Gordon's definitely out with suspension, and we believe that Joe Willock is out as well. And then the 2 question marks are Callum Wilson, who's probably more likely to play than not, and Joe Linton, who's probably about a 25% chance of starting or playing today. So I think Joe Linton will feature in the squad. Whether he'll start is another thing, but he's not fully match fit. But then again, this is the last game before the international break, so you could almost not risk them, but there's less. It's not you've got to play a game on Wednesday or next week. So obviously for the internationals, they go and play internationals, but that's not our concern. So I would be surprised to see Joel Linton playing and Callum Wilson. If we win today, if we get good wins today, Moores will be looking pretty good. He certainly will do. Taylor Baker, PK, honestly, mate, he was amazing. It was the best I've seen him on. He was on top form. I've seen him a few times, and obviously the DVDs and stuff like that. But he was absolutely brilliant. He was just so funny, and it was so annoying because so it's just sometimes when just things just fall into place. So we had tickets, but they were up in the gods. And so Mrs. Butter wouldn't have been happy, but we got the tickets when they first came out, so it was really busy. You got what you could. And Joe put a picture up on Twitter or something saying, Russ is in here, we're at Peter K. My mate messaged me, whose company owns a box, and he said, I'm there as well, I'm entertaining a client. I mean, we didn't think about talking to him. He ain't got 2 spare tickets. I'm guessing into the box, could you? And he went, let me have a look. Yeah, I do. So we ended up grabbing the box. We had two spare tickets, which we could have, practically given away, or we tried to give away. I said, try to give away to you. And loads of people, but no, it was too late then. It was Saturday night, like an hour to go before he comes on. So we'd have given away for free and said, look, just whack 25 quid or something in the Iron Supporting Food Banks. But hey ho. Good morning, BJ. Well, yeah. What do you think the score will be today? I think we'll get a draw today. I think we used to go for 2-1, 2-0. Terry's gone 3-1 for someone else. I reckon Desmond 2-2 today. I really do. I know he won't do it, but if we went with 3 that started against Tuesday, it would cause problems. It's going to be an interesting thing in terms of the formation. We know from Moyes' press conference that he said that Antonio, in terms of the only really sort of issue, I mean, we know Cresswell has probably still got the knock and Ben Johnson, but they wouldn't feature anyway. Peeps, I'll be back. There we go. So Antonio, interesting. He says, I don't know what's going on. I'm just going to sit still for a minute, talk for a little bit longer, then we'll go. It depends all about Antonio, really, whether Antonio plays or not. I don't know if he will or he won't. Callum Wilson will get his standing goal against us, certainly will, and he'll celebrate, and then they'll have the podcast next week. We've got a good squad, but it needs to be utilised, it needs to be managed properly, but I doubt that will happen again. I think it has been utilised well, but you play the best players if you can. It's having a squad's great, but you want to play a side that will win and having a side that will do well. I thought he did the right thing against Freiburg. I thought he played the right team. He went reasonably strong with a couple of squad players like you Fornals and like Mavropanos played, and Tilo Kira had to play left back. It shows for me that we're a little bit light on the fullbacks, which we know. So I thought we did okay, but interested to know what you mean. What you mean in terms of squad rotation, mate? Because it's be interesting to see. Because obviously you've got a different opinion to me. James Russ got a good feeling. Got a justified good feeling about today. Bowen to score is inevitable. If we start the front foot, we never start the front foot though. Just hope Wilson doesn't start that man. Indeed, Desmond. I'm putting Peter K at the O2 starting next year. No spoilers, but what was he as good as he? Oh, mate, he's better. He was firing on all cylinders, and it's again, this is a Peter K podcast, but he's very, I would say formulaic, but it's a formula which works. And there's certain things he does which everyone loves the way he does. and it was brilliant. So, I mean, I'm not giving anything away, but he does he takes a camera and looks around the audience. That's what he does. But he's brilliant because it's quite sort of visual comedy and very quick. Then he does the songs. Again, brilliant. That's what he always does. And obviously the stories and just the facial expressions. I mean, they got a really good. I mean, we was in the box. So as we was in the box, he had a really good camera. I mean, the screens are phenomenally like HD, like super HD. Like 8K, fantastic, and it keeps zooming and like and he's so visual, his face, but you didn't miss not seeing his face if you're like at the back of the crowd because the screen was basically on his face. It's very clever. Yep, O2, man. O2. Personally. Terry, I'm going to Case in 2 weeks' time. Let me know. I know I'm breaking up. I'm sorry. Need to play the 5-1 drubbing in our dressing room for the game to keep focused. I was thinking exactly the same thing, Pete. Because obviously the Newcastle game last year was Flo and Joe's first game here. And obviously we lost 5-1. Got absolutely drubbed. So, yeah, I hope we have a different outcome. I don't think we'll have such an outcome like that here today. We're different side, different prospect, and Newcastle different side as well. They've got. I think the pressures of having Champions League as well, and also just that game. That game was phenomenal, and there'll be high expectations. There we go. Sorry about that. Right. Garlic bread. Maybe he does a joke about garlic bread. Maybe he does. But it wouldn't be a Peter Kay show without him doing a bit about garlic bread. In all honesty. What we got here? I'll tell Gordon to you. Taz's been a member for 2 months. Congrats. Thank you for joining us. 2 months being a member. Well done, mate. What we got here? It's 2 good teams that seem to have a really good spirit. It is. I mean, listen to. I said we had Dodge Woodall, the YouTuber, the podcaster. Rather, he was on. Everyone doing a My Hammers 11, and it was really interesting because he lives in Bournemouth, and we were talking about Eddie Howe, and he was just saying how good Eddie Howe is as being a man manager, and so it was really interesting to hear his thoughts and hear his views. So have a listen there, and we'll see what happens. Very poor player. Which, yeah, it's well, it is Halloween soon, isn't it? So game of hide and seek this morning. Is it? It is at the moment. I'm still there. I'm still there. It's going to be close battle, 7 versus 8. But we'll be probably by the end because there's so many bloody injuries at the moment, isn't it? Particularly on the Newcastle side. I'm hope. I think a 2-2. I think a Desmond today. I really do. It's a nice day for it. A nice Sunday game of football. Weather's nice. People being good fettle. Both the teams won European games. I think it's going to be good. Pizza's Henry beard coming along. Don't you find it itchy? I've got to shave it, mate. I don't usually have it this long. I actually once had it down to about here, like a real Hasidic, like Jewish beard. I used to work for a Jewish company, so it's quite funny. They thought I was trying to be one of them. It's so funny. I used to love that company. But yeah, no, I don't think I will. Who do you think will play out front stations, BJ? Go and check my starting 11 show out later on today, and you'll see who I think is going to start today. Actually, I put 2 teams together. I put one team to say if Antonio is fit, and one to say if he isn't fit. Let's talk important stuff. Roast loin of pork with all the trimmings. Oh man, nice. That's the thing I don't like about Sundays. I miss my Sunday dinner. I don't get my Sunday dinner. For me, I'm a beef man. I'll be honest. I'm a beef man. Old man pang. Yeah, it's got to be beef, then chicken, then pork. Yeah, I think that's my order. Not a massive fan of lamb. I'll be honest. Mrs. Button loves a bit of lamb. I'm not a huge fan, to be honest. Artel said he will take a draw too. I'll take a draw. I think that's I think it'll be a good result. Yeah, we should win. Yeah, we should easily win. We could easily win. But so can Newcastle equally. Paul says we have no player to hold at the ball and Antonio out injured. That's the thing. We don't have to play a different way. We have to play a different way. It'll be interesting to see how that happens, if it happens. Obviously, we didn't play with a guy up front, like a hold-up play, and we played against Freiburg, and we managed to do okay there. But Paqueta, obviously, you look at the goal that Paqueta scored, that was a bit like Andy Carroll-esque, wasn't it, really, to be fair? So I think that's the issue with me. That's the issue with playing Bowen up top. I think Bowen's wasted playing up front. For me, he's more of a right-sided, winger. That's the position he's known for. That position I think he plays best with. Don't you get a nice meal provided by the club? No, a little sandwich. But that beef's so expensive. Pork's an offer at Sainsbury's, mate. 50. Not only would it be tasty, it'd be 50 as well. Arto says 49 again today, I think. Yeah, you're probably right. If Antonio's not fit, then it'll be a false 9. I'm pretty sure. But again, it's like, and it's whether you play. I mean, he'll put Bowen in the false 9. I mean, one of the things he said in the press conference on Friday was it was good to see Bowen playing in a central forward role, and we know that's what he wants. We know that's his vision. We know he wants Bowen in to play that sort of centre forward role, but I don't think it's right for him, in all honesty. But interesting to see, because there was no talk about Danny Ings anywhere. No talk about Danny Ings at all. Obviously, he came on the 90th minute, didn't he? When we played Freiburg with Obama. But I can see him probably trying to start Danny as well. It'd be good if Joker got the winner for free kick. Yeah, he used to get a free kick with got goal, and he's due one now. He's been here a few games now. Come on, time's time. Any goal contribution today will be 9 and 9, isn't it? He played 9 games, and then he's played 8 games and 8 goal contributions. So, still, I'll take that. If he ends up playing 50 games for us this season with 50 goal contributions, Southgate will definitely have to pick him in the squad. Morning, Mark. Hope you're well. Playing back on the right, left wing is probs as Benny looks shot. I would throw Kudus there. I really would, but Travis, we know it won't happen. But I mean, Bowen is left-footed. Do you know what I mean? So I think predominantly he's left-footed. So why that's these inverted winger things, isn't it? I don't get. Hannah's Mikey just wish Moyes would stick Paqueta in the middle. But he's like, that's his place on the team sheet on that left. If they're playing four across the middle, with Alvarez playing the holding role, that's not really his position, is it? I mean, he was everywhere on Thursday, wasn't he? I mean, that was funny. He ended up front scoring a great goal in the centre. So he's giving him more license. So I just think it's literally a formation thing rather than necessarily you stay on the left type thing. So I don't think it suits Boeing as a 9. Bring on Obama 60th, better suited. Played 18s, as Peter said, didn't he? Scored this weekend. So I don't think you'll see him in the squad. You might do. I might see him on the bench. But Yes, and Barmby's more suited to that setup, but I think Moyes is very protective of starting him because we've got a hell of a player there. We need to take chances today, says Peter, and then that extra touch business. Oh, we love an extra touch, though, don't it? Paqueta loves an extra touch. Benrahma loves an extra touch, and that's what they do. You know, it's like Arsenal. They always used to try and walk in the bloody net. That's like us at the moment, it seems. It's well, that's some shots. I mean, you know, obviously they got Nick Pope in goal. He's a good goalkeeper, very good goalkeeper. So you know, it's got to be good shots to get a reaction. What we've got here. I was actually shocked at his goal and stats from Antonio Stay. Really unbelievable. I mean, yeah, Bowen's been a fantastic season. He has literally been on fire. I mean, he's verbally agreed the deal. They haven't officially signed it by all accounts, or by what we're hearing. But Fabrizio to come out and say that as well, that's what it stemmed from. It stemmed from a tweet from Fabrizio Romano, which he doesn't say. He states his reputation on providing news, so he has to make sure it's 100% accurate before it can go live. So otherwise, no one's going to pay attention to him. So yeah, I was surprised. As I said, I was in the hotel, I was in the box, and it popped up like my notifications because I'm a good boy and I subscribe to the channel like you should, and hit my bell notifications so I know when new stuff comes on. So I saw the show Bowen signs new deal, and I immediately jumped on, and that's why you should hit the notification. Play Kuz as a false nine, whole team needs to be high at the pitch. Problem there is Zuma, who doesn't. Well, I think you need a blocker. You do need a blocker. If you play too much for high line, then there is a problem. There can be a problem with a quick ball. In all honesty, did you see the NW? Don't know what you mean. Paqueta's a player that loves runners around him. Love how Suchek's improved, but looks like a tree in the middle sometimes. He does. Evening, Michael. I like his heads. It gets his shots to the ground. Outsiders living overseas don't get any game. That's what we do, mate. You know, here we go. Beautiful. Look, the sun creeping in. The sun creeping in there. Lovely. That's the whole idea of what we do, mate. It's the whole idea of this match day mornings. Used to give people like yourselves, not just that, people who are going to the game. You know, you can get a little bit of early morning buzz in it from the game. Get a bit more excitement for the game. You know, build it up a little bit more than maybe you would do, particularly for like a Sunday 2:00 game. You know, it's an early start for most people, earlier than most people want to get up on a Sunday. That's for sure. Particularly for me, particularly as you getting late to last night. But don't matter because we're in now, and we're showing you guys. You know, particularly like yourselves, but Darren, Alan, Jim, all over the place. Kieran, you know, you've got people, and then that's the people in the Asia. You've got all the Canadian and American fans as well. That's the whole point, mate. Here's a match on. I don't know, but you can watch along with Anton for sure. Seems to be having a roving commission jersey right now. That's the way to play him. Let him roam, and Owen and Bowen's going on fire. Totally right. A few more that I've got to shoot. Happy Hammerax, one to you. George, one to you. Peter's defence needs to play well today. Of course I do. Need to keep clean street, mate. What we got here? Creeping in with the mail and the mirror, indeed. Indeed. Morning, Michael. Just got home from early shift. Oh, well. At least you're back in time for the game today. Did you see Andrew's podcast and his attitude towards his players? I didn't, but I imagine it'll be very good, in all honesty. Be a tough nut, Gary says. Newcastle will be a tough nut to crack after yesterday. After Wednesday's result, they'll be on a real high. I'll settle for a draw. We'll be on a real high as well. We'll beat Freiburg. We're top of our group, having a laugh. So, yeah, I think we'll have a good one today. As Taylor apparently he did say he was going to do a little celebration if he scores. So, But that was before he got injured. So anyway, peeps, I'm gonna have to skedaddle and go in and get ready, have my wee, get ready for the game, make sure the speakers are working. As I said, keep an eye on the channel. Don't forget to like. Give us a like. Go on, while you're there, give it a quick like there. Much appreciated. And myself and Anton will be in for the rest of the day with bits and bobs of content, starting 11s, the watch along, the highlight show, all that type of stuff. And until next time, enjoy. Scott Van, bloody hell. Where have you come in, Chef? Check on, mate. Check on. Anyway, take care. Stay safe. Stay warm. If you want to watch something now, you're in the mood now, go and watch my interview with Dodge Waddle, which I did this morning, which I did yesterday morning. Really good, man. Really, really good. And about an hour. All memories about West Ham, as always. And take care. Yes, indeed. Wash those hands. Old school. Wash those hands. Come on, you bloody irons. And we'll see you guys very, very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.